Hey, young historians, Mr. Moran here, and today we are finishing up with the main part of our Constitution. So, just a little side note, when we're talking about the Constitution, that includes the original Constitution, and we're talking about the Bill of Rights and the amendments. But for us to chunk it down for this class, we're focusing on just the main part here. And now you're experts in this section, and you're going to show off your knowledge. And I know we've covered a lot of information, and so you may go, whoa, Article 1, Article 2, what was that stuff all about? So I have a link that is handy for you. And so it's what I call the interactive Constitution. We can also include the preamble for this, but we have all the articles here. And let's say you go, hey, what was Article 1 all about? Well, you just click on it, and it breaks it all down for each of the sections. Or what was Article 2 about? It's the executive branch, and it breaks it all down for you. So, or you can just go back to those assignments, those videos we have, and review those if you like. So remember, for this assignment, like I said, we're focusing only on the articles. So what you will do is you're going to pick one article that you feel is the most important. So there's no wrong or right answer, because some people might think, oh, the preamble is the most important. Some people might say Article 1 is the most important. Some people might say Article 5 is. Whatever, I don't care. And then what I want you to do is review that article and think about what is the most important part of that article. And then lastly, you're going to write a cinquain poem based upon that important article. I know some people, they get freaked out. Poem, oh my gosh, I am no good at writing poems. But the cinquain poem is unique because you're just following a pattern here. So it's a 5-line poem. And for this assignment, I want you to include an appropriate image that goes with it. So here's an example of one that I've always used when I did this assignment is the first line is your subject. This is what it's all about. So here I have George Washington, right? And then I have 2 adjectives to describe George Washington. He's tall and he was a president, right? And now you got 3 action verbs: commanding, leading, guiding. And then the 4th line is you got to have 4 words to describe the subject or conveys a feeling about the subject. And it doesn't have to be a complete sentence. So we have honorable leader with vision. And then the last one is a synonym for line 1. In other words, another word for George Washington would be a general. So I've given you an example specifically for this assignment. So here, the subject of this poem is Article 1. So the second line, I have 2 adjectives to describe Article 1. Thoughtful and big. So I'm thinking to myself, we're talking about the legislative branch, thinking about Congress, right? And Congress is made up of people who think things through most of the time very carefully. And I use the word big because there's over 500 people that represent us. And that's just the representatives. And then that's not counting their staffers. So there's a lot of people there, right? It's big. 3 action words to describe the legislative branch. Well, I put debating, speaking, and talking because that's what they do. In fact, the word Congress derives from a Latin word which means to deliberate. And then 4 words that describe the subject. Well, I have representing the American people because that's what they do. They represent the American people. And then a synonym for that first line. So I'll go back here, Article 1. Another word for that would be Congress, or a name that relates to the subject. So I put Congress. And then I have an appropriate image there, the Capitol building, because that's where Congress meets, both the Senate and the House of Representatives. So a different spin on this is you could have Article 1, but you might be thinking about the House of Representatives, or you might be thinking about the Senate. So there's a whole bunch of different ways that you can do this. I've created a Google slide here. I've included my example here, and you can just use this space here for your poem. And don't forget your image. If you have any questions, please feel free to ask your teacher. I'm sure they can help you out. All right, young historians, have a great day. Bye.